Yeah! Hey! Welcome back!
Woo!
Everybody, welcome back! Welcome back to Roll with the Troll. I am the troll, I guess, and I'm here with the voice of reason.
Yes, I am the voice of reason.
The voice of reason, absolutely. Listen, guys, today we're talking about Obi-Wan Kenobi, Episode 2. Now, I am stunned. Like I said in our Episode 1 review, I kind of thought the show was going to blow.
Yeah, you did.
Because although I like Mandalorian, I don't think it's great. I'm not as in love. It's a great show. But
I love Mandalorian.
Yeah, I'm not as high on it as most people. And then Boba Fett was a big letdown.
It was.
So going into this one, I just thought, geez. And just Disney Star Wars in general is way more misses than hits. So
we're not pro on Disney. So.
No. So I didn't necessarily expect to like this show.
But Obi-Wan, so far, I am blown away. I'm loving it.
Yeah. Episode 1 we reviewed the other day. I told you I loved it. I'm surprised at how many people don't love it. I'm kind of surprised. Like, I don't know what more they could do to make this show good.
Yeah.
If you don't like this, I don't know what to tell you.
I haven't heard what any complaints could be about it because I'm not reading out any of the negative stuff.
A lot of people are just mad because they keep showing Ewen McGregor's balls all the time,
on.
And they feel like it's not proper Star Wars.
There are no
Why do we have to do this?
There's no frontal nudity. There's nothing. It's not that kind of show.
Now, I'll tell you the complaints that I would have. I'll start with a little bit of the negative. And I do love it, obviously, but there are some negatives. Unless the series ends in a very unique way, I feel like this show is retconning Star Wars Episode 4, A New Hope. Again. Oh, yeah, absolutely. It looks like it. I mean, look, there's already a lot of retcons in Episode 4, okay? Real quick, there is when Obi-Wan says, I don't seem to recall owning droids before.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous, right? And then this might not be quite a retcon, but the fact that Han doesn't believe in the Force at all, and he feels like he's never seen any of it ever happen.
Yeah.
And meanwhile, his buddy Chewbacca was good friends with Yoda in the prequels,
Yeah.
Like Chewbacca couldn't just go, hey, Han, just so you know, I've seen it. I'm friends with Yoda. Yoda's like the Force guy,
Right.
So there are problems there. And then in Return of the Jedi, too, there's that little issue of Luke asking Leia if she remembers her mother. And instead of saying, no, I was a baby, I don't know shit, Leia's like, oh, I remember she was very beautiful, very kind. You're like, you don't know anything about your mother. So those are some problems that were retconned. And now I think we're setting up for more of this. For one thing, in A New Hope, Princess Leia specifically says, help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi, you're my only hope. And then she explains in that little soliloquy that she gave that he served in the Clone Wars under her father. That's how she explains who she is.
Right. And that made sense when we saw the prequels.
Yep. Still made sense in the prequel. Made a lot of sense. But now he's going after her when she's age 10. In A New Hope, she's like 18 or 19, probably 19.
Yeah.
So you mean to tell me that at age 19, when you ask someone for help, you don't say, hey, remember you came and got me when I was kidnapped a few years back. You instead say, you served with my father in the Clone Wars many years ago and blah, blah, blah. Like, she's acting like in A New Hope as if she doesn't fucking know him at all. But meanwhile, they had this little adventure together.
Well, I mean, maybe they'll come up with a way to work around that or something, or explain it, or...
Oh, yeah, there's things you can do. But,
sure.
And the show might not end for several seasons. We have no idea. But I'm already thinking, wait a minute, that makes me uncomfortable. Is this another retcon? Because the only real ways to fix that are... in the end, maybe you tell her you were somebody else. I don't know how you're going to do that. Maybe you do a mind erase like you did with the droids, or like a couple friends of mine used to do at the bar. So I don't know, but
oh my God.
But I do think that's a bit of a problem, and that's making me uneasy too. I don't like when we get further and further away from the continuity and the story. I want this to comfortably fit into the universe.
Yeah.
Anyway, all that said, it's a great episode, right? Yeah. Voice of Reason?
It is. I'm loving it. I am not one of those people, honestly, who goes through and like nitpicks and says, well, this doesn't work, this doesn't work. I'll pick up on some of the things, but I can usually suspend my disbelief and just go and roll with it like I roll with the troll.
Yeah.
So I'm just really enjoying it. So I don't get too much into the complaints and the nitpicky stuff. It's just not my thing. Plus, I am currently not watching any of the other videos that are out there about like the reviews and things because I am behind and I haven't seen the last 2 episodes yet. So I don't want anything to be spoiled, and which we spoil things on this channel all the time.
Yeah, it's all spoilers here, guys. Everything.
So, but I take responsibility for my own spoilage.
Yeah,
You
gotcha.
know what I mean?
Well, yeah, good point. Listen, the intro was dark, wasn't it? It was dark and brooding. The imagery could not have been better. I loved the whole first few minutes and the way it started that way.
Yeah.
And then I started feeling like, you know what? He's so dark on this show. He's so...
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's very brooding himself.
We're really getting a sense in this second episode, because it's building from the first, that Obi-Wan is really feeling like there's some level of depression there and melancholy, and he's so haunted by the events that happened 10 years prior. And I'm really feeling his pain. I'm feeling his isolation and his regret, and he's really struggling with a lot of things as he's being asked to take on this mission to find Leia and rescue her.
Yeah, this is his Rocky 3. You know, like in Rocky 3, we saw Rocky really just lose. He goes from major winner to feeling like an absolute loser. Everything gets taken away from him overnight. Yeah. and so I think that is what I'm really... I'll tell you this. You could have taken this script and all the bullet points of the story, all the arcs, and you could have delivered this in a way that's just really like a typical action movie. And instead, Ewan McGregor chose to really deliver the drama in everything, not just the things he's saying in his dialogue, but in the way he delivers everything. Like when he holds weapons, the look in his face and his body language is so uncomfortable. You could tell he's really taken these 10 years to convince himself that he's not that warrior anymore. Yeah. And now when he's got to be that warrior again, it's like that is just gone from him, man. He is not connected to who he was 10 or more years ago.
Right, yeah.
And even when he talks about it, there's a moment where he says, like, the Empire won. You know, they beat us. Like,
yes.
He doesn't
very
act...
defeated.
Right? Very.
Yes.
He does not act at all like there's still a chance anytime soon. The only chance he seems to allude to is the idea that eventually he's got to get his hands on Luke and have Luke lead the way, right?
Yeah.
So he's clear on that. But other than that, he does not have any hope, no belief in himself. And that's really painful to watch. I think the way he delivers this is incredible. Yeah. And I credit Ewan McGregor entirely. I don't imagine that I doubt they went to him at Disney and said, here's our idea. You're going to be super depressed. I don't think so. I think that's him as an EP and as an actor.
So I agree. I think that Ewan McGregor is knocking it out of the ballpark. I used that phrase in our last Obi-Wan video also, but it applies. He's doing such a great job with this performance, and I can just completely lose myself in this story. Like, the better the actors are, the more you can just immerse yourself in the story and let it become part of you. And his performance is doing that for me.
Yeah, he seems like a lot more sensible than the other people at Disney. So I think this show is really good. And I think people are, for the most part, responding to it real well because of his influence. I think he's the more reasonable one, sensible, you know? Yeah, so great episode. Very dark and brooding at the beginning. He's dark and brooding through the whole thing. His weakness is really interesting to me. I have to remind myself, this is the same guy we saw in the prequels. This is the same character.
Yeah.
He feels like a completely different person.
Yeah, yeah.
And at the same time, I also have to remind myself, this is the Obi-Wan from A New Hope, only 8 years prior, or 9 years prior, maybe.
Or 10-ish.
Well,
don't you think?
Who knows? It's a little, I don't think so. No, because the twins, who cares? The point is, it's not a whole lot before A New Hope. And I think it's interesting to see how he was at the end of episode 3, or throughout episode 3.
Yeah.
See where he is now. Know that we might have a few years of this show. We don't know. And then he's going to end up making the jump to light speed and being the Obi-Wan Kenobi, you know, that we know in A New Hope. So really, really interesting shit going on here.
Yeah. Well, I think even when he did the prequels, he had this goal in mind to make this character easily transition into the performance that Alec Guinness gave. And so he was already incorporating, mannerisms and little things like that would make you easily slide him into the older Alec Guinness.
Yeah, and I think we're getting there. And again, you don't really know where this show is going to go or what exactly it's going to do. I'll tell you this too. So far, the story has been pretty traditional. Like, I don't think there's really been anything shocking or major plot twists or anything like that. It's a pretty standard kind of story to me.
Mm-hmm.
Fallen hero, doesn't believe in himself anymore. Now he's got to go on this. It's like you see a lot of
self-doubt.
Yeah, you see a lot of like the guy's out of the CIA or he's out of something, and now he's got to do one more thing, and save somebody. And we've seen that a lot. But I do think the delivery is so good in every way. All the optics, the acting, and everything are just so good that I don't mind that it's kind of a template story because it's delivered so damn well. Yeah. And it's Star Wars. Star Wars is always about template stories, frankly. I mean,
true.
You know, A New Hope is literally, like very literally the warrior's journey, where it's literally a wizard and a princess who needs saving and a, you know what I mean? They fit exactly into the template that's been set forth long ago. And I don't think that matters. This is so good. I love that he used the Force to save Leia when she fell.
Yeah, that was great.
That was so cool. Yeah, the only complaint I really have about the show, it makes me wish I had the Force. It's one of those Star Wars things where I'm like, oh, damn, I can't go to bed now. I need the Force. I got nothing here. I'll get a beer from the fridge. It's like just completely.
Do you feel so inadequate?
I do. I want the Force. God damn it! You can do so much cool shit with it. I'm just so tired of this being a regular guy.
I just have fun opening the automatic doors at the grocery store with the Force.
Yeah, I do. I like to pretend I have a spiritual power too. But then as I keep walking in, someone behind me does it, and then I just feel like, all right.
I am that nerdy. I pretend I have the Force when I open up the automatic doors.
Yeah, hey, you got to do that. That's the way it should be. So, anyway, I mean, it was a great episode. The whole rescue and everything that's going on here are just really, really good. And I love that I get a sense that there's going to be significantly more action once the cat's out of the bag with Obi-Wan. You know what I mean? Once he's really like, all right, fuck it, I'm a Jedi. We're not there yet. Yeah, and there's only 6 episodes this season, so I don't know
if there will be any unleashing exactly. I wonder.
I have a feeling in some, not enough to alert the entire empire necessarily, maybe, but I have a feeling that on some level there's going to have to be something like that. They're probably, when this series ends, they're probably going to have to think he's dead. But then again, in A New Hope, not that matters because we already talked about the retconning. In A New Hope, Vader is not surprised to see him alive either. When he shows up there, Vader's just
he just says, I feel a presence that I haven't felt since, and then it just trails off or something along those lines, right?
Yeah, it's a good thing he didn't finish that sentence, because if he said for 20 years, we couldn't have had the show.
Locked him into a box.
Yeah, that would have been really fucked up, but he didn't do that. He just... Thank God for them. Do you think they're going to end up, to fix some of these things, do you think they're going to edit the original trilogy and re-release it again?
I hope not.
I see, in a weird way. I know that's blasphemy. They've already screwed with those movies so much since their initial release.
Yeah.
I feel like, why not go all the way then and make a couple of little edits again?
Yeah.
Because if you take out that bit that I just talked about when he said, when Obi-Wan says, I don't recall owning droids before.
Yeah.
It's not going to hurt the story. And it's better so we don't go every time we watch it. Like, what are you talking about, asshole? Right. 3 movies.
Well, okay, you make a good point. And I did kind of like when they edited in Hayden Christensen's image at the end of episode 6.
6, yeah.
I have to do the math on my fingers right now. At the end of episode 6 as his Force ghost, I did like that. So I guess there's something to be said for making a few edits here and there. But... Yeah,
it's a whole nother discussion, really. Guys, thanks so much for checking out the video. Please click the like button. Do it now before you forget. Click like, subscribe, click the bells, do everything so you get notified about our other videos.
Do all of it.
We talk Star Wars, we talk G.I. Joe sometimes, we talk Batman, and we certainly talk a lot of Cobra Kai and Halloween. So anyway, we're in all kinds of shit, guys, but let us know in the comments. Jump in, we want to get to know you a little bit. Let us know what your thoughts are on Obi-Wan season 2, episode 2, or season 2. Fuck it, we'll get ahead of the game.
But don't spoil anything. I haven't seen all of the episodes yet.
Oh yeah, don't let us know the rest. We're watching them, in order. So, all right, thanks so much, everybody.
Thank you.
We'll see you tomorrow.